the J7, discipline, dedication, sacrifice, and hard work. I used to talk about those all the time, first 6 or 7 or 8 years. But then as I talked about those 4, the 2 other ones that I always talked about is that, well, discipline, dedication, sacrifice, hard work, you know, but you got to be responsible to do these, and you're accountable. So they'll, oh yeah, there's 2 more words that need to go in there. Okay? So as you put this stuff together, you know, and like I say to a lot of people, you know, what's your philosophy? Write it down on a piece of paper. How does it all work together? Okay? Most people can't do it. And so they bounce around their whole life. You know, so they're excited about this when they're in college, and then they're excited about this, and none of them build on the other one. Instead of, it's like a pyramid. You put a base down, and you just keep building up. Okay? That's what you try to do. Or that's the way I look at it. You know, everybody's got their own way of looking at it. But the key is, I try to tell people is, you know, in fact, I just was with someone today, and we were laughingly talking about it, and we got to talking about this, and I said, okay, because he was talking about his kids. I said, so what's your philosophy? What do you want to teach your kids? So next Monday, he's got to come back with 7 words. Okay? And it's exactly what you said. Okay? The whole key is, what did Major Uswa, way back, this guy I only worked for 5 years, what impact did that guy have on me? He said, if I don't teach you anything, Lieutenant, I'm going to teach you how to think. That guy was only in my life, and he would not even know who I was. But that guy, by those things, I'm going to take your blinders off, I'm going to teach you how to think. Those things, okay, have made a huge difference in my life. Okay? And so the key is to try and get other people, okay, to think along those lines. Okay? Instead of just accept, okay, take these pieces. You're taking these pieces, you know, and put this mural together. And how do they all work together? Okay? How are they interdependent? Okay? Because it's not enough just to pick this one and throw it in the wall. It's a one-time deal. Well, that don't help you later on in your life. The key is to find the ones that you can use throughout your whole life. Okay? And that requires effort. It requires thought. But the question is, you know, what's your philosophy? When I ask most people, you got a philosophy? They'll say, yeah. And I'll say, is it written down? And they'll say, no. Then how can it be a philosophy? All it is where you are today. It's not consistent. 10 Commandments haven't changed over 5,000, or how many ever years? 5,000 years? Something like that. Okay? So, as you're dealing with these things, how do you want those things to go about? And so then you start bringing Myron Roderick, my college coach, is that, going back to what Bear Bryant said, what we said, I'm not very smart, but I can take what other people do and make it work for me. Myron Roderick said, and I remember this, he said as a coach, you have to have a philosophy about wrestling. Everybody knows a lot about wrestling, but they don't know how to put the pieces together. All right? I took that exact philosophy, what Myron said, all right, and just made it into one for life. It's got to be the same thing.